What is up, everybody? Welcome to Comic Hero Talk, the little show that we do here on the side where we talk about comic book and superhero television and actual comics. I will have to get this man on some comic reviews sometimes on this show, but I am joined by my first guest on the new version of Comic Hero Talk, Brian Avalosino. What is up, Brian?
Hello. Very
Yeah,
weird to talk about comics not on my show.
yeah, exactly. So
Or anything comic related, I should say.
yeah, Brian is the host of Nerd Nation on Apocalypse Movies, which is a superhero comic book television movie related show. But really, we mainly talk about movies on that show.
Yeah.
So this show is more to focus on TV and actual comics that I review. So we are talking Harley Quinn season 2, episode 1. I had been championing. What? How?
Championing.
Yes, there you go. This show for
That's so hard to say.
it is.
Championing.
I don't even want to try to say it again.
Yeah.
But it's a word though.
Yeah, I know.
I've been supporting this show heavily, and I basically was begging you guys to watch it, and you finally did.
You were
and
begging us.
You loved it. Quick thoughts on season 1, real quick.
Oh my god. I blew through it in a day. I think a day.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, you did tell me that.
If it was a day, if it was more than a day, it was no more than a day and a half.
I remember. I think you blazed through all the episodes that were available in one day, and then the season finale was premiered after that.
I think I got all of them up until the season, either the second to last or the season finale. And
yeah. So this show is so unique. And when I first started watching season 1, I didn't know it was R-rated or TV mature, whatever you were going to call it. And then all of a sudden they start F-bombing and all this stuff. And I'm like, what? This is crazy. But it fits in this world with this character.
It's perfect. It's perfect. It's almost kind of like one of the only ones that would work like this.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
The only other people that come to my mind that could probably pull something like this is like Deadpool.
Oh yeah, Deadpool really. And I mean, you could do Punisher very violent, but he's not going to be talking like this for the most part, you know?
No.
Yeah. So
he's more of a
violent.
He's just violent. This is funny and violent and still carries a story.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we both love the show. So Brian is going to be my partner on reviewing each episode. So Harley Quinn season 2, episode 1. I forget the name of the episode. Was it it had something to do with her taking the town or something.
Was it New Gotham?
Something like that. This, I don't know about you, but this is the fastest turnaround for a season I've ever seen. When did season 1 end? In January? I don't even remember. It must have been in January because you told me season 2 is coming in April. I was so happy because I did not want to spend too much time away from this show. And
it ended February 21st.
Oh my goodness. Less than 2 months?
Well, I remember hearing about this when it first came out, and they had made, I believe, they had made the first 2 seasons, or this was just going to be one long thing.
Oh, and they probably split it up into 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. That's fine.
Either way, it fixed my niche with only a month and a half break.
Oh, absolutely. And we need this more than ever right now because we need things to look forward to.
Oh, I was right. It was called New Gotham.
Yeah, New Gotham. That makes sense because the whole episode's basically about who's going to take over Gotham now that the Joker's gone. He's gone. He's not dead. We saw his hand pop up at the end of the last season. Basically, it was so funny. The president freaking exiled Gotham from the United States. I was like, what?
Gotham
That's crazy.
Is its own country.
Yeah, so it's no longer part of the United States. And so there's no rules, there's no laws. There's just straight up murder. That's so funny. They show those 2 guys getting the knife fight and they're just like killing each other.
Yeah.
Just ridiculous violence. And then so all the other villains, Batman villains, Penguin, the Riddler, Mr. Freeze. Who else is in there?
Bane.
Bane.
And Bane,
Two-Face.
Penguin.
Two-Face, yeah. So
And
so
some
we
new
have.
characters too, meaning like we've never met Mr. Freeze before.
Oh yeah, yeah. I see what you're
I don't
saying.
think
Yeah,
did have we met Two Face? Have
I
we
don't
seen
think
Two?
so. I don't. He
I think
didn't. He
Two Face
definitely
was
didn't
new
have a
too.
big role. He might have been at the Legion of Doom meetings and things like that, but I
Yeah.
don't remember him really. So we're seeing these new characters, and Penguin's definitely a returning character, and so is
Yes, Penguin
Bane.
is.
So yeah, so I
Bane.
I
I love
thought
Bane.
this episode picked up right where the last season left off. I
Oh yeah.
loved it. I loved it really much, even though some of the violence is really hard to watch sometimes.
They went very
Yeah,
violent this episode. Very
especially
violent.
her biting Penguin's nose off. That was
Oh my
disgusting.
god.
But it's funny though,
Oh yeah, definitely. It was just
because
like,
he has a
oh
big
my
nose.
god. Yeah.
Yeah,
The things I think of.
absolutely. And then the iceberg going around and like crushing people, that was
Uh,
crazy.
well, okay, let's talk about the beginning. They get a sushi chef, and uh, King Shark literally bites one of the heads off and goes, "Can you make sushi out of him?" Like,
Oh yeah, one of the
yeah,
okay, so they kidnap a sushi chef and then they're basically holding him there to make sushi for them, but they don't have real sushi ingredients. So they're
no.
making sushi out of random stuff.
The very first one was a bird.
Yeah, exactly. And then these two henchmen show up and they're I forget who they say, but they're saying you're on
Uh,
Penguin's
they walk
territory or
in.
something.
Those are Two Faces
You're on
ones.
Two Faces territory, and then King Shark just walks up and bites one of their heads off. That's the type of thing that is I love about this show because it's so unpredictable. You
Yeah.
know these type of things are going to happen, but something like that will just happen out of nowhere where you never see that on like The Flash or something like that, right? You
No,
never see
God,
that
no.
happen. So it's so unpredictable and cool. And I love that they'll just kill characters that you are surprised that they kill and they're not
Yeah.
coming back anymore. It's
No.
like Scarecrow's death in the first season. I was like,
Yeah.
damn, that was brutal. And then
Are
the
you
way
are
it
you
connects,
saving to
yeah,
talk about
a
the
little
okay.
bit, yeah. And then well, Batman's been missing, and so we
Yeah.
have that. And then, so what did you think about the Commissioner Gordon stuff?
Um, I could do a little less with him. I
Yeah,
kind of
I like his
I
character as a side character, but he's
yes,
becoming
too
almost
much.
like a second lead. Like
Yep,
he's almost the third most important character after
yep,
Poison Ivy and Harley.
yep. I completely agree. He probably outside of Poison Ivy and her group and the villains had the
Oh
third
yeah,
most
he
screen
has
time.
his own little story arc going
Y-
on.
Yeah, it was. He does. He literally has his
Yeah,
own. Yeah, you're right. He does have his own story arc about the whole cop thing. They even gave him like a couple of his own scenes. Actually, or
yeah.
more than a couple.
Exactly. So I when in the beginning of the first season when she was just meeting him on the rooftop and the Batman interactions, I thought those were funny and
Yeah,
I liked the character, especially he's a drunk who's always sad and stuff. It's funny, but then when you
that
make him
he's
a
in love with
main
Batman.
character, when you make him a main character, it's
Yeah.
kind of hard. But so that's I don't love that, but it's still kind of funny. And then we have the meetings with the henchmen, or not with the henchmen, but Harley.
Well, you forgot about new Batman.
Oh yeah, Robin. That was so funny. Well, it's Damian Wayne.
Yeah,
Damian Wayne's, right? Or
yeah,
Damian Wayne.
Wayne. Yeah,
Yeah, Damian Wayne. That's
he's
so
like
funny.
8 years old, and he sounds
Yeah.
like he's like 5.
Yeah,
And
and he's like, "I'm Batman." That was
yeah,
hilarious. That was
it's
so hilarious.
such a like. I love how they just keep like pooping on Robin, like as just
Well,
like this.
like a
Like,
joke type thing, but
yeah, yeah,
also he's kind of the only hero still around. He look,
yeah.
it's and it is Damian Wayne, right? So he's trained by the League of Assassins. His mother is it Natalia al Ghul or the other one?
No,
His mother
it,
is one of the
Talia. No, Talia.
is
Oh,
one
cool.
of the Al Ghul daughters.
Yeah,
And
Talia.
so he grew up being trained by the League of Assassins. So he's definitely is formidable. He's supposed to be formidable as a
Yeah,
fighter,
he's
but
just
they
like
don't
me.
kind of treat him that way. Like the real Damian Wayne from the comics or whatever could probably beat up Harley Quinn, to be honest. But
Probably.
they don't make him capable of that in this show.
Yeah.
So that it's still cool to see him around, but it's funny because the whole Justice League is still in the Book of Fables, if you remember
That's
that.
true. Yeah, you're
Yeah, so
right.
they're not dead. They're still in the Book of Fables. And I love that
And
they did that.
Batman's missing at this
They got
point.
rid of the Justice League without having to kill them. So
Perfect.
they can just bring them back anytime.
Yeah.
And then we know Batman went missing. And I love that they kind of get to squeeze a little bit of Batman in this show,
Yeah.
just enough to keep people who maybe aren't the biggest Harley Quinn fan, entertained or satisfied with having Batman in it.
My favorite is how he just goes, all the time. Batman.
Yeah.
He doesn't even speak. He just goes,
Yeah. One of my favorite moments in the episode was when the henchmen or the villains were all talking and Mr. Freeze goes, "I'm not in organized crime. I'm just trying to save my wife." And then they're like, "How do you fund that?" "Through organized crime." And it's funny because I remember the Batman and Robin movie where
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger plays the Mr. Freeze and he's just trying to save his wife who's frozen in he's trying to find a cure for her. So it reminded me of that. And then so basically it comes down to Harley versus Penguin. She gets captured. These episodes, so much happens in these episodes.
So much.
And they do time jumps like crazy.
Mhm.
They do monthly or even
Yeah.
sometimes a year time jump in episodes, which I actually kind of like that.
Yeah.
It makes them feel longer than they are. And so basically she's captured. Her crew goes to save her, which was hilarious.
Yeah.
And then she's sliding around in the block of ice and she comes face to face with Penguin and bites his nose off.
Mhm.
And I'm just so happy because I don't know. I hate Penguin. I don't know. And she killed him. So yes, I'm
She
glad he's dead
stabbed him and slit his throat.
with a broken pool stick, right?
I think so, yeah.
Or was it her broken hammer? I don't remember what it was.
It
But
was
it was some
something.
broken piece of wood and she stuck it through his throat.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Oh, that was brutal." And she's like,
Yeah.
"It's about to get even more brutal." And she rips it out of his throat. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah. That when that happened, I was like, did she just do that? And then you see the blood, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like she
It's
just
really
straight
cool.
up killed a Batman, the Penguin.
Yeah, so we have Scarecrow's dead, Penguin's dead, and I love that because Penguin. There's been very little iterations of Penguin that I've liked. We have the Danny DeVito one, which is classic, but still, the character always bothers me. I always really dislike him, like even in the comics.
Yeah.
And so I was just happy that she killed him because I want
agree.
someone else. I didn't want Penguin to be the main villain the whole season.
No.
I would rather somebody else be it. And I don't know if it's going to be Joker again. Probably not.
I might honestly just I think it's just gonna be her taking out all of these villains.
That's a good point.
Taking out the Injustice League.
Yeah. So that's where we are.
When they gave Bane the little chair.
Oh, that was
he's complaining about it the whole time. They're like, "God, shut up! We just did it to mess with you." He's like, "Oh, it is a funny joke." Like
that was.
I love Bane.
So hilarious, to be honest. Yeah, Bane is. I never thought I would, like Bane so much. I would be the most upset if they killed him.
Yeah, I would be.
But I don't think they will.
No, he hasn't really been a bad guy.
And
he's just
not
kind of this like pushover.
Yeah, exactly. They bully him in a way.
Yeah.
So I think they'll kill like Two-Face or some of the despicable ones, what like a Penguin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know where. So basically, all right. So the end credit scene of this episode was Batman being revealed to be alive. I knew Batman wasn't going to be dead.
Yeah, no.
You can't kill Batman because you need him for this show. And we have him in there. So where do you see the rest of this season going? Like, what do you think is going to happen?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell.
We know. I mean, she clearly wants to be number one. And they threw her like this little teeny island on the map and she's like, no, she's not having that. So with this show, I feel like you can't even guess where it's going to go. Like because it'll just change on you in a second and go somewhere completely else. But I would say that she is still on her path to claim Gotham as her own. And yeah, I have no idea how or where this is going to go. I have a feeling Batman's going to have amnesia.
Oh, interesting.
or Bruce Wayne, I should say, and he's
Yeah.
not going to remember who he is, which could be kind of interesting. Maybe she needs his help.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, with the show like this, I have no idea, and I kind of like that because I kind of like not knowing what you're gonna get, and then just when it's happening, you're just like, oh my god, like
Yeah,
how
it's
did they
very
think of this?
surprising and shocking. So, yeah, I agree with you. I think it'll probably be about her taking over the city and trying to fight off these other villains. And I think something will happen that will provoke her to need Batman or the Justice League somehow.
Probably.
I wouldn't mind seeing the Queen of Fables come back and be the main villain because I love the Queen of Fables. I
She was
thought
dark.
that was a really cool character. And she didn't die, obviously, right? I forgot what
Mm-mm.
happened to her. What she was teaming up with the Joker at the end. Did she just leave?
Actually, did she die?
I don't think so because she was there. She captured the Justice League, and then she was up in the tower with the Joker, and then the Joker had the confrontation with Harley. So I think the Queen of Fables went away after Joker killed Poison Ivy, and
Yeah,
she captured the Justice League. I'm pretty sure.
no. Harley Quinn killed her. She was killed by Harley Quinn with the bat, which decapitated her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what it says on her thingy.
Oh, wow. That means the Justice League is stuck in the Book of Fables. How are they supposed to get out? Maybe
Yeah.
they never do. I mean, they'll find some way that some type of sorcerer, magician, or something.
God, someone made a props to these people. A Harley Quinn fandom wiki page.
Oh, wow.
And it literally, that's how I found this. It was status deceased, decapitated with a bat by Harley Quinn.
Now that you mentioned that, I remember it. I should have remembered that. Oh well, she's gone. But yeah, I mean, I think we'll see that she's gonna need Batman's help at some point. She's gonna realize that maybe Gotham shouldn't be in this freaking lawless land, and maybe she'll need Batman's help to kind of put some order back into it.
Yeah, I agree. That'll probably be more than likely what happens. I think she's going to end up needing Batman, and she's going to end up having to remind Bruce Wayne who he is or something, and that's where we'll go from there.
Awesome. Well, that's going to do it for this spoiler review of Harley Quinn Season 2, Episode 1. Thank you for joining me, Brian. I really do appreciate it.
Hopefully I just looked at the next one. It's titled Riddle You.
Oh,
so Riddler. I'm assuming.
Yep, that's maybe she kills them off one by one. That would be interesting.
It could be.
Yeah, and maybe she leaves Bane alive, and Bane joins her crew. I would love that.
I love Bane.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Well, hopefully you can join me again for the rest of the season. I think that would be fun. Always love talking this show, and I'm glad I have somebody to talk it with. I am Jacob Bartley. That is Brian Avalosino. This is Comic Hero Talk. Please subscribe to this Bartley and Barnes YouTube channel if you have not already. We'll be reviewing this show weekly. Thanks again. We will see you all next time.